Hey everybody, Jake here, and today we're going to take a look at another ink. The ink for today is going to be Diamine Jade Green. It's a really pretty, very shade-heavy green from Diamine. It's a little bit lighter, as you can see. Very interesting green. It's not so bright that you can't read it on paper, but it's bright enough that you get a lot of color out of it. Let's go and take a look at the bottle here. So it's the standard Diamine 30 milliliter bottle. Very tall, made of plastic. Kind of cheap filling, very narrow neck, hard to fill from in most cases. But it's not terrible. And I don't have this in the 80 milliliter bottles, but I'll show you real quick what they look like. You know, about the same height, a little bit shorter on the shoulders right here. But these are 80 milliliter bottles for about twice the price of the 30 milliliter. So these are definitely better value. Bottles are a whole lot nicer, much wider neck to fill from. But it's not unusable by any means. The 30 milliliter bottles are a good way to get a sense of, whether or not you want to invest a little bit more in a 80 milliliter bottle if that's something that you're interested in. So you can see there the difference between the filling holes. I vastly prefer the 80 milliliter bottles, but we actually got a 5-pack of the 30 milliliter bottles from Mass Drop for a pretty good price, so I went ahead and picked them up. Let's go ahead and pull out an ink swatch here so you can see, kind of what this looks like. So you can see this is bright. It is bright. So you get kind of a yellowy green. This is a bit more what you're going to experience in actual writing, but you get a bit more of a yellowy green, and then you get some really intense greens as far as like shading goes. So you can see it goes from a nice bright green that kind of matches the label or close to it, and then nice dark overarching patterns. You can see something similar on the back there. There's a lot of color going on here. Again, very shade heavy, especially if you're using a very wet pen. You can see this goes, from dark green to lighter greens to almost a yellow. It's just a very nice green color though. Let's go ahead and take a look at a writing sample. So we are on rodeo lined paper, and as usual we have the Lamy 2000 here. So this is Diamine. Jade Green. And this is a very wet ink as well as a lot of Diamines are. But it's a very, very nice color. I like it quite a bit, honestly. My wife picked this one out and I wasn't too keen on it at first, but I've really grown to like it. So again, this is very wet ink, so the dry times aren't going to be fantastic, but they're not terrible. That was probably more than 5 seconds. It is a very nice green though, and we really don't have any lighter greens, so it worked out pretty well. I also really like Diamine. If you watch the channel, they're probably my favorite ink brand. I don't know, they just make some really good stuff. I am trying to check out other brands though. I just got in some Organic Studio inks, and I'm pretty impressed by them. I really like Monteverde's offerings at the moment. I only have one from them, but they're interesting. The Diamine inks are pretty good, actually. I'm really impressed with them as well. So you can see there kind of what you're looking at. This is probably going to show up a little bit more yellow on camera. I've tried to adjust it, but it didn't come out great. It is slightly more green than this, but just a little, but the vibrancy is still there. And again, this isn't so bright that you can't read it on paper, which I really appreciate, because generally with these brighter, more vibrant inks, especially in the lighter colors, they can be a little bit hard to read. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to check out my other ink videos. I put out one every Wednesday, and I'll have another pen review coming up for you this Friday or Saturday. Thanks, guys.